Kia ora again, everybody. We're going to look at converting fractions again. This time we'll look at the fraction 1/4. It's a little bit different, and see how we would go about converting that into a decimal fraction and into a percentage. So once again, fractions, we're looking at even pieces. So if I move this around here, the denominator there shows us the number of even pieces. It's that part of the fraction there. And then the numerator up here shows us how many even pieces that we've got, or how many we're dealing with in our work. So in this case, we're dividing it into 4 even pieces, and we're looking at one of those even pieces and seeing what that converts as a decimal fraction and as a percentage. So if we look at our number system again, we don't have a place for quarters. We have, when we divide numbers evenly in our number system, we only divide them into tenths, hundredths, or thousandths. So we're going to need to change this fraction into a fraction we can use in our number system. So once again, the key to changing fractions is to use multiplication. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to multiply our fraction by something, and we want to change it into tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So I know 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. So we can't multiply it to make it into a tenth if we multiply it by a whole number. So let's try 100. Let's see if we can multiply this fraction by something to make it into a fraction with a denominator of 100. So let's look at a denominator 4, and we think to ourselves, 4 times what equals 100? And the answer is 4 times 25 equals 100. 4 25s gives us 100. So that's going to be our multiplication that we do. Whatever we multiply the denominator by, we also multiply the numerator by. So we're also going to multiply 1 by 25. So 1 times 25 equals 25, and that gives us a fraction of 25 hundredths. So we can see straight away that we can put 25 in the hundredths place up in our number system. Now, number system set up that we only have one number in each column. So we will leave the 5 in the hundredths place, and we know that 20 hundredths makes 2 tenths. So we'll put 2 in the tenths place in the hundredths column. So in our number system, 25 hundredths looks like that, 0.25. And we usually show that there's no ones, no hundreds, no tens. So our decimal fraction becomes 0.25. 1/4 equals 0.25. Now let's look at percentages. So we just need to remember that the percentage sign, that line there, it means out of, and the 2 zeros mean 100. So it's out of 100. So we've got our fraction 1/4, and we need to convert that fraction to something out of 100. So we've already done that. So we know that if we multiply our fraction by 25, let's start off with the denominator. That will give us a denominator of 100 over here. 4 times 25 is 100. And we also know that 1 times 25 is 25. So our fraction becomes 25 hundredths. We'll put an equal sign in here. So if we take a quarter and we multiply it by 25, our fraction is 25 hundredths, which is exactly what we want. So 25 out of 100, that also equals 25%. So we can just write that in there. It's the same as 25%. So that is why 1/4 is represented as 0.25 in our number system, and it's represented as 25% when we use percentages. I hope that helps, and take care. I will look at 1/3 in another video soon.